Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Alright, let's watch this. Let's do this trailer. Okay, first of all, we knew this was happening. We knew that Zelda was coming out. Thank you so much, Tina. I really, really do appreciate that. Thank you. I see the numbers too, and that was very sweet, and I thank you. I appreciate that. So first of all, we knew Zelda was going to be on the NX, or the Switch, as we're gonna call it from here on out. That is the last time we will say NX, even though I kind of got attached to NX and really like the name NX. We're gonna call it the Switch from now on. So that's what's going on. We knew Zelda was going to be on it. We also knew from, if you watched the 6 hours of E3 Zelda that we covered, it's fucking sexy. We knew those things. We knew those things. I don't think Switch is a bad name. I don't mind if you call it NX either. Revolution was a better name than Wii, though, totally. So we knew this was going to be on it. We knew it was going to be sexy. This dog is adorable. Like, let's talk about how cute the dog is right now. He just wants to go out, you know? He just wants to go play. Like, that's all the dog really wants to do. How old is this dog, by the way? That would look like an older dog. All right, Nintendo Switch. This is where they click it in. So this is where things change. First of all, that controller is, that's hideous. But it actually looks pretty sexy when you put it on here. It essentially looks like a Wii U gamepad. So let's have him pull it up. Let's have him pull it up and look at it. So essentially, like right here, you have a Wii U gamepad, with the one exception being that the D-pad on the left side would be individual buttons shaped like a D-pad. And that's different, and people have really been upset about that so far, but it does, as you'll see later on, it does have a Pro Controller, so like, who gives a fucking shit? You know what I mean? So I think the one thing I really want to point out right here is that, first of all, it's a hybrid console. It's something that is both something you're going to play at home and something you're going to take on the road. I also want to point out that if you look at the frame rate here of Zelda, it does look like it goes from 60 frames to 30. But I could be wrong about that, and that could just be in this particular demo. That could just be like, you know, what's going on here. That could be very far from final. So that's definitely different. Like, you can tell it definitely looks a little bit cheap. That dog is huge. That is a massively big dog. Okay, and then, let's talk about something right here. This guy, definitely playing on the go. Who knows how long the battery life is. That's a pretty... It's a game changer to me in a lot of ways. And I'll say this reason why. There's been great Wii U games and there's been great 3DS games, but now you can plan a mobile game or plan like a home console game, and it doesn't matter. You know, you can play, to me, that's very exciting and a very sexy proposition. And I will also say, if you're someone like me who plays a lot of video games but has a wife and wants, the Wii U gamepad has been very awesome to let her do whatever she wants to do on the TV while you proceed to nerd the fuck out. And it's pretty dope for that reason. I have to say that initially, I am like tits hard, like full boner excited about this. You know what I mean? Like, just full, like, ridiculously into this. Some things I do want to say about this particular setup that the guy has right here. That doesn't look like the most comfortable control scheme at all. I will say, like, that looks like those buttons look very tiny. And I don't know if that's going to be the most comfortable control scheme, but we'll see. I mean, like, it's not like I hate the 3DS control scheme either. Sorry. All right. And the cool thing is, though, I will play Zelda on the go. Like, it's going to be super fun. But look at how choppy that looked. I just want to point out, like, let's go back. Look at how smooth it looks right here. And this could be a game. This could ruin everything, and this could just be because of the way the demo is and the way they're capturing video, you know. But look at how smooth the gameplay looks there. I hate this little thing. I'm sure, all Nintendo consoles have been pretty sturdy. Like, that's one thing I've never really doubted about them. Horrible dog owner. Look at how kind of janky it looks right there. That's what I'm saying. Also, his dog is just running off leash, completely just exposed to the world. Like, and this guy is paying zero attention to him. Alright, we're on a plane. Okay, you know what the NX is gonna help you do? Get some pussy, guys. Oh yeah. First of all, men, if you ever see this girl right here, or any girl that looks like her, or questioning women, you ever see her in somewhere playing a Switch, you go up to her, alright? You go up to her. But let's back this up a little bit. And you guys are talking about it in chat right here. Boom. Cartridges. I think if you have a portable console, you kind of need them. You kind of need cartridges. They look very small. They look like kind of like really fat SD cards. No loading times. I mean, what do you want? I mean, what can you say about that? No fucking loading times. I don't know. That seems like a relatively big deal to me. Outside of that, it's going to be easier to keep track of, and they will break down less. And eventually, I feel like we're going to have some sort of flash cart solution one day for the Nintendo NX, one fateful day. Now, it doesn't seem like it's in any shape, form, or fashion backwards compatible to either the 3DS or the Wii U, and that makes sense. It only has one screen. It's a one-screen console, so it seems like Nintendo is kind of ditching the whole two-screen thing, and I mean, whether that's good or bad, we'll see in the future. You know what I mean? Like, whether that is going to be good or bad, I do not know. There are a lot of games on the 3DS, more so than the Wii U, utilize the second screen better. But we'll see. If it's a touch screen though, who knows? Who knows? Alright, macking on a girl. It's definitely going to help you get laid. Is this the same guy? Is this the same guy? Did he get the number? Or is this a different guy? I can't tell. Okay, now this actually to me might be kind of the underlying most kind of exciting part about it, is that little stand right there, because I am 1000% going to play it just like this on a plane. Like 1000%. I will do this on a plane. I will bring a Pro Controller with me. I think we also want to point. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, I'm sorry. Another thing I want to point out, outside of this guy's horrible posture right here, our game player's horrible posture, and his sleeping companion, which thankfully he is nice enough to use headphones, so I will give him that. But like, look at his posture. Like, this is really bad. Using it like a wand. From the specs released, it seems to be that it's touch control, or those wands have motion control in them as well. So I don't know how that's gonna work, but it doesn't seem like they're ditching all the motion control either. Those wands supposedly have motion control. And we're gonna see those used again in even a different way. But I think this is the big deal, is that the game he was playing, are they going to show it again? Let's back this up, dude. Let's back this up. This game right here might be pretty familiar to people. It's a little game called Skyrim. They're doing the Skyrim remake, for those of you who know. The Skyrim remake's coming out soon. So I would imagine that's a port of the Super HD Skyrim remake. That's a big fucking deal, alright? That is a big fucking deal to me. For a lot of does it have mods? I don't know. There's a lot of questions that are going to come with this. Bethesda games do have mods on both PS4 to a lesser extent, and also the Xbox One to a more extent, and obviously the PC, whatever. We're not going to count the PC in this particular situation. If Nintendo can somehow get games like Skyrim or or I'm going to talk about it a little bit later. But you know, the bigger games on the console, if you're not going to be missing out on these bigger games on a Nintendo console, and you're also going to be getting first-party Nintendo games, if they're finally going to have, and we talk about this all the time, are they finally gonna, I'm totally giving you my over-detailed opinion. Tri-X, you know I'm going to give you my over-detailed opinion on the NX. I don't know if I can go like 5 hours like you have been. I was in there for most of your stream, by the way, this morning. I don't know if I can go 5 hours like you have been, but we're definitely doing a solid trailer breakdown right here. My boy Tri-X, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to my boy Tri-X. I'm sure all you guys want to hear more about more NX news right now. Please play Melee HD on Nintendo Switch. All right. So Skyrim being in this trailer, and I think you very specifically when you show a console off, the games you put in that trailer, you have to think you have pretty fucking good relationships with those developers. Like Bethesda is not going to let Nintendo put Skyrim in this trailer without thinking that they're going to move some units on Nintendo consoles and have some commitment for it. Yo, can I get a Yoshi tongue combo with the Tri-X, with the Tri-2 right in there, the Yoshi tongue combo with the Tri-2 that goes all the way into a fist into the Pooh Bear. Someone give me that. Someone give me that ridiculousness. Yo, Venom, what's up? I think Bethesda being in this trailer says a whole fucking lot about their commitment to this particular console. And we're going to talk a little bit about that just a little bit later. But let's keep going. Skyrim, yeah, we get it. He was playing on the go. They showed someone playing at home, then now playing on the go. Now they show someone playing on the go, now playing at home. Pro Controller, let's back this up a little bit. Pro Controller, it looks a lot like the Wii U Pro Controller. I don't think anyone has a fucking problem with that. The Wii U Pro Controller is pretty good. It kind of looks like this is like a translucent casing. Yeah, translucent's the word, right? Where you can kind of see through it, but not really. Little grips over here. Those kind of look comfortable. Are those leather? I don't know if that's cheap plastic or if it's fucking leather. I don't know. I don't know. That's there is a new button on there. This guy right here. I don't know what that button is. Now, a share button, a record button, maybe something like that. What other buttons could it be? We see the minus and the plus. You know, your start selects. You see your home button. That's all new. But this button right here, yeah. What is that? I don't know what that button does. I don't know what it's for. I don't know what it is. Who fucking knows? They're bound in leather, and the console's made of rich mahogany. I tell you right now, this console is, this is a console that Merlin Olsen's going to come over to play from time to time. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. It's nothing really. Power button? Doesn't the home button act as the power button, though? The switch to Twitch button? I don't think Nintendo's quite there yet. I don't think Nintendo is quite to the... They're trying to have that yet. I don't think they haven't figured out how to take 40% of our donations, so I don't know if they're quite to the streaming straight to Twitch thing. Alright, so Skyrim HD remake, pretty much confirmed. Kill some dragons, cool. Click it in. Alright, let's back this up here, first of all. Let's talk about this crew of individuals here, alright? First of all, these three guys vape. Like, let's just confirm that. These three guys vape. The white dude in the middle definitely still lives with his mom, and he's about 34. And that's a little awkward because the other two guys are like they're in college or like fresh out of high school. So like this is a little awkward situation here. Like I just like I'm pretty sure the guy in the middle sells these two guys on the outside weed. You know, like I'm pretty sure that's what's happening right now. I'm speculating. I'm not positive on this relationship, but just looking at this crew here, the guy in the middle sells the other two guys weed. That's what's happening, all right? Now everyone was like, "Oh, it's Mario Kart 8 just on there because it had the GameCube network, the GameCube Yoshi circuit." And I said network because then. Now, if you look at the clouds, this is definitely a new game. Not that it's like a fucking surprise that there is going to be a Wii U or a NX or a Switch. I guess, sorry, a Switch. I still want to call it the NX. NX is just a sexier name. Not that there's a surprise there's going to be a Switch, what do I want to say? A Switch Mario Kart. But I think this, like, I think the kind of the thing we have to take from this out here, outside of the fact that it's sexy as hell, is in this, like, obviously, you know, stoner van that they're going to solve crimes with their dog in here in just a minute. They splurged and spent the extra money for this sweet, like, console holder. Like, is that a custom job? Am I going to be able to buy that? I want to pre-order that thing right there. Like, I don't know what that is, but like this little arm, I don't know if who made that, but that thing is awesome and I want that on my car as well. You know? I like the NX. I think I get it's just they called it the NX for too long. Like, you know what I mean? I'm only going to call it the Switch for like 6 months. They called it the NX for too long. You know what I mean? Do you have to buy a whole new van? Did that come with the van? My thought is that like they don't have a safe space to get high. So one of their friends engineered this thing for them so they can roll around, get high and play Mario Kart. Cuz like I get it, if I couldn't get high and play Mario Kart at my own house and I was this grouping of dudes here, I would totally want to get high and play Mario Kart on the go. I think the only thing worth mentioning here is that it seems like the console is 2-player only. And I think there's a couple more examples of this in the trailer. But it definitely 100,000% seems like this is 2-player only. And it kind of makes a lot of sense that you couldn't have more than 2 players. But I think there's this seems like a custom job, you know? Triax, I totally get what you're saying though. Like I got attached to it. I got attached. You know? It's an Uber. Oh, I tell you right now, if I call an Uber and they don't have this attachment, like, they're getting 3 stars from me from now on. There's 0% chance, especially if it's an Uber XL and you don't have an NX in your fucking car. That's just a warning to any Uber drivers out there. You're getting 3 stars from me after that. Like, straight up, you know? Yeah, it's 100% 2 players, I think. I want to stop it right here. The clouds give me a boner. They look really, really sexy. I think Nintendo is kind of mastered the maximizing their graphics without maximizing their console power. And a lot of it has to do with their art style. You know, it is a little bit timeless. They don't have to be super realistic. Even in like Metroid or in Zelda, you know, their realistic games aren't, you know, they're not restricted to any sort of realistic graphic set. And I think that's a really I don't think it's a bad thing in any way or a good thing in any way. I'm just saying it allows them to make very, very, very pretty video games. Very good-looking video games on quote-unquote less than hardware. But how less than can the hardware be if we're getting the Skyrim HD remake? I mean, it's got to be a relatively... I'm not saying it's like PS4 Pro, Xbox One Neo, or whatever it's called, specs, but I'm saying it might be comparable to those. I don't know. All right, King Boo's cool. All right, now here's something that I really thought was stupid as fuck is why the hell did they even put someone riding a go-kart in here? Like, we're not actually riding go-karts in Mario Kart, and also we're definitely not playing the NX while driving a go-kart because that's dangerous, guys. That's bad parenting if you let your kids do that. Yeah, that seemed like a weird like stock photo shot. And I was also then this shot came up and I was like first of all, that's an 8-foot hoop because no way does that guy get rim like right there. Like, I'm sorry, but like this guy is like the quintessential like scrub dude that you see at every YMCA. This is most definitely an 8-foot hoop. Look, this guy's like my size, like 5'8", and this hoop is like 2 inches above his head. He still has to lay it in. No respect. No respect. Look, look at him. Look at him when he walks up there. Look at him. He's on the stair. The guy that did the lay-in is on the stair right now, I think. And he's still shorter than everybody. This I thought was really cool. It shows that... This part I thought was really cool. Two things about this. One, you can use... each controller can be used individually as some sort of, like, tiny penis controller. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like the little rinkiest dink controller ever. But I mean, in a pinch, like, that'll be cool. Like, you know, you want to play some games with your friends, that's fucking cool. But I think what's really dope about this is it's showing that two of them can interact with each other, and it seems like this is off Wi-Fi. It seems like they're interacting with each other like an old Game Boy Color does, you know, infrared or whatever you want to call it. I'm sure it's Bluetooth. But I think this is actually a very cool thing. I mean, we have to assume that it's going to have some sort of, like, at least as robust online system as the Wii U had, you know, as well. But I think this is a very cool thing. Like, we might be able to bring back like I remember when I traveled as a kid, and this is probably dangerous, but if I saw anybody with a Game Boy, I used to ask them if they wanted to battle Pokemon. And I used to travel alone as a kid a lot because I have divorced parents that lived in different states, and so, you know, ignore the stranger danger aspect of it. You know, I'm lucky that I never got raped, yes, but I also had a lot of good Pokemon battles during that period of my life. And maybe it'll bring back an era of gaming similar to that, or maybe no one will own one and we'll all be playing with ourselves. So, who knows? But I think that's really, really cool. The right controller seems uncomfortable. See, I do want to we'll talk about that a little bit. The other thing I want to talk about right here is NBA 2K, which is a Take-Two company. Another company, 2K Sports, is owned by Take-Two. Another company owned by Take-Two, Rockstar. Take-Two is making games for the NX. If you can buy a Grand Theft Auto game or the Red Dead Redemption game on the new Nintendo console, that would be a complete and utter ridiculous, even if it's just available. It can be the least selling of the 4 or 5 versions of the game. But just if for some reason, and Red Dead Redemption didn't say they were going to be on the Switch today with their 15-second trailer. But even if they just are on the console, that's going to be a really, 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 really big deal. It's just going to show, it's if for no other reason, it's going to show other third parties that if Take-Two believes in enough to put the biggest game franchise in the world on it, a game franchise that they could put on any console and it's still going to sell 30 million copies alone, like if it was a console exclusive, like if they trusted enough to put it on the Switch, that would be a massively big deal, I think. And they don't show it. The Red Dead Redemption trailer didn't say anything about the Switch. It said nothing about consoles today, although I'm pretty sure it's confirmed PS4, Xbox One, no PC. I'm just saying that could be a game changer. Either way, just the fact that they're showing NBA 2K, if they can bring back NBA 2K, Madden, and FIFA, that's gonna hold people's attention for a long time in between the Marios and the Zeldas and the Mario Karts and the Nintendo first-party games. And I think that's the big problem with the Nintendo consoles the last 2 console generations. There's nothing to hold our interest beyond the first-party content. There's nothing to hold our interest. So every few months we're like, yeah, dope. And then 3 weeks later we're like, dust again. Like, just go back to collecting dust, Nintendo consoles. I guess Mario Maker being the exception on there. These controllers do look really awkward to play with, like if you're playing by yourself, by the way. Like I have some giant toe thumbs. Like my thumbs look like toes. Like look at that. And like I have no doubt that my hands are going to be touching, like my thumbs are going to be touching each other on that little tiny baby thing. So yeah, I mean that's going to be cool. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. I saw the partners. I do want to mention those partners. Okay, now here's the thing we need to really focus on. All right, this looks to be like a brand new 3D Mario game. This blows my mind that they would confirm a 3D Mario game like in this trailer like this. You know, this looks to be like a possible. Now there's you can't. One thing I want to point out: there's no HUD on this right now, so you can't see like stars or life or anything. It has no HUD. It's just a game, so it could just be a tech demo. This could just be a tech demo, but it's a really fucking sexy tech demo. This 3D Mario game right here. He triple jumps. What is this girl's? I mean, like her haircut. Like she's a very fine, cute girl. I'm sure she's sweet, nice, and fits in with the hipster vibe they have been going for everyone. But like this haircut is just not working, hun. Like grow it out or get it shorter. Like this is, I don't know. Moving on. She's from 3016. This right here, this jump implies Mario 64 controls. A couple things I want to point out here. The background, look at the sun and the clouds. The water on the right, or like, is that like a jello mountain? I don't know. It's fucking sexy as hell though. It looks like sexy as all hell. The first thing I think about when I see this is the true sequel. She does a female Lloyd Christmas. She does kind of have that one going. The first thing I see is this looks like a sequel to Mario 64. This looks like the true sequel to Mario 64. On top of that, like it looks very pretty. Like look at the ground here. It looks incredibly sexy. Mario is fat. The background is just like, oh god, like the background is just. Wow, the background is something else. It looks really awesome. A couple things I think we should point out: amiibos. There's amiibos right there. So it definitely looks like they're not getting rid of amiibos at all. Just other than that, I want to like, is this like are these like her like what is this pottery here? Like this one. This particular piece of pottery looks very phallic. That's all I'm saying. Or kind of like a bowling ball. And then the white dove, which is overlooking my shoulder right here, is just, I don't know, an interesting choice. And this seems to just be a plate. I don't really understand her decorating choices. You don't really go like contemporary or like she's got like, here's my problem is that she's got like. Here's like a modern, this is kind of modern, this is kind of like, you know, like tribal, and then she's got like video game, and then like weird contemporary plate. Like, what kind of interior decorator is this lady? I don't know. Moving on. It looks like a really fucking sexy Mario game, though. This Mario game looks incredibly sexy. Now something at Pie actually. So I did a little special meet with I Ate Your Pie this morning during the reveal. We watched it together and talked about it. He got a little worried right here, and I want to point out something. The rings here, I was talking. They kind of looked Sonic rings. They kind of look like Sonic rings. This Bullet Bill looks just dead fucking sexy. Like dead sexy. But if you look like the little smoke coming behind Mario, as if he is moving at a Sonic-like speed, I'm not going to rule out that this is a Sonic and Mario combined game yet. I am not going to rule that out yet. I don't think so. I don't think so, but there are some things that make me think it could be a Sonic Mario Smash game fusion game where Dr. Robotnik and, you know, Eggman and Bowser team up to kidnap the princess and trap animals, which might be like a conflict of interest for Bowser, really. So I don't know how those two would work together, because if Eggman's trapping animals and Bowser is animal and king of animals, like I don't think that would really work. But moving on, I'm not here to work out details. Okay, now this lady who obviously owns like 45 cats, hears something outside and is like, "Oh my God! Finally, human beings are being nice to me." I'm going to take my Harkness, thank you so much for that subscription. Thank you for the resub. 2 months in a row, our relationship is growing strong. We spent the last month laying in bed, Netflix and chilling. Now it's getting serious, if you know what I mean. Thank you so much for 2 months in a row. Actually, my loyalty badge should be going through soon. So she sees these lonely people, and I just want to point again, the plate with nothing on it is really fucking weird. I think this is cool. And the second time they show it, it seems like you just pull it up and like snap, it's there. You know what I mean? Put it down, snap, it's on your TV. Pull it up, snap, it's on your pad. Like, that is exciting to me. I think that's a very cool thing. It doesn't seem like there's any like pause your game, no menus. You know what I mean? It's just like oh shit, I gotta go. Whoop. You know. I think that's pretty cool. If you play Monster Hunter, you have to think, like, Monster Hunter is going to be on this. The new Pokemon is going to be on this. Like, there's going to be a Pokemon game on this that we play on our TVs. Like, that's a pretty big deal. I think also, like, games like, it's going to work really well with Animal Crossing. They're opening themselves up to, like, even, like, cell phone games. Like, you get, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Mario Run is on this as well. Like, I feel like that's a very solid possibility. Like, they're opening themselves up to a large variety of different types of games with that. Pokemon Snap on the go. See, I like the way you fucking think. I can't help but think that Pokemon Go is going to work some way in this, you know? That girl's really bony looking. It's because she's malnourished. She spends all her money on cat food. Oh, but here she is. She found friends. And then she's like, and all her friends are like, what is this? You gotta see this. I've never seen this before. Mostly because, you know, they, I don't even want to speculate. Also, girl on the right here is, like, right above me. She's a hottie. I'm just gonna point that out, you know? I don't know what she's doing with this motley crew of dudes. All the red Solo cups, yes, this is obviously illegal public drinking, but we're not going to fault anyone on that. If you never illegally publicly drink in your life at some point, like, what the hell are you doing? Now you can do it while playing Nintendo. So she's like, oh yeah, you can play Mario. And what game do they play? See, this is what I want to know. What game do they play? Two things I want to point out right here. First of all, this face is scary as fuck. All right. That's the type of face where, like, I come home late from work at 3 in the morning and, like, I turn on the light and she's, like, right there at the door looking at me like, where were you? Like, that face is like, yeah. New emote? Can somebody please screenshot that to me? Send it to me and I will make it a new emote tomorrow. I will make it a new emote tomorrow if I can. Please send it to me, this particular face, because it's what it is. But yeah, like, look at these tiny little rinky-dink, like, I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if that's going to be my personally preferred way to play. I don't think it's a bad thing to have multiple ways to play. I think I will probably stick to the Pro Controller for most of my gaming with the NX. The one thing I'm curious about, are we going to be able to use the Pro Controller when we're using it on the go, or do we have to use the Dick Sticks? I'm going to call them Dick Sticks until we get a better name for them. Dick Sticks? Yeah. Yeah, Big John. I have giant thumbs. Like, there's no way. There's no way I'm going to be able to play that easily, I guess. Click. All right. It's like the fourth time we've seen the logo. All right, now here is probably, to me, maybe the biggest. They're saying a lot in this section right here, and they spent the most time on it, and I think they did that on purpose. But they're saying a lot in this section about maybe a change in Nintendo culture, versus more than anything, I think. And that seems like they're embracing esports, and maybe even embracing streaming, and maybe embracing YouTube. And maybe I'm just holding out hope for something that's not actually happening because I'm a hopeful dude. But it just seems like that's what's going down right here. Is they go full all out esports with Splatoon. Now, a couple things I want to point out. This is it seems like they should be drawing that on the NX pad, but maybe it's not a touchscreen. Okay, wait, I take it back. Never mind. These guys are all using Pro Controllers while looking at the guy, so never mind. You can use it without the dick sticks, so I lied. So yeah, the e-sporting of Nintendo right here. And obviously with a focus on Splatoon, I would venture to say Smash is going to also receive that same type of treatment. Maybe even some of their other games. I don't fucking know. But that seems like a shift in culture. Also, this is definitely a new Splatoon game. For anybody that was curious, it's 100% a new Splatoon game that they're showing as well. And yeah, granted, these might be the only 8 people that play Splatoon enough to be pros at it, but still, give them credit, guys. Also, let's talk about something here. The obviously CGI'd crowd, because I'm sorry, no possible way this many people are out watching the Splatoon World Championships first time. Also, they're not wearing headphones. Like, you would totally be wearing headphones. I feel like, come on, this is not a real crowd in any shape, form, or fashion. In with all due respect to Nintendo and Splatoon, like, no. Like, great CGI. That was great camera work where they had made like 8 people look like 30 at first, but like, yo, Yusef. They filmed it at a StarCraft event. Yo, Yusef, thank you so much for that resub. 4 months in a row. This is about the time where you take me out to dinner to meet your parents, and I say something kind of embarrassing, but they love me anyway. Who is it? North Korea versus Canada? Nintendo Switch. Coming March 2017. All right, now they put out a picture. Can somebody link me the picture that has all the partners, all the Nintendo Switch partners on it, please? Because I think that's the other big thing to talk about. And there's some things on there that I think are kind of important, you know? Yeah, I don't think anyone shows up to a Splatoon event. That many people are not showing up to. You know what? But maybe, here's the thing. Maybe this is all just a dream and they're just showing us what they think can happen. Like maybe this girl didn't actually make any friends and they're just showing us that they think the Switch will help her make friends because obviously she needs them. Like, look at the excitement on her face just to see humans. Like right here she's like, "Oh, what is that noise?" And then the excitement on her face to see human beings, real life human beings. Or new theory, she's just she can finally test out her new update from Westworld and see if her robot, you know, everyone can tell that she's an actual robot or not. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Those, all options, I guess, you know. Alright, so this was the other big thing right here. Now, you had some people who are making games for the Switch. And I think the ones we want to point out here, stop moving. The ones we want to point out here to me are Take-Two Interactive, EA, Bethesda. Like, I feel like that. And to a lesser extent, I guess Konami, because I'm just amazed that they're still making games. Oh, right over here, Square Enix. Now, a lot of these could be because they're like, well, we've had great success with Nintendo handhelds, and we want to continue that. Like, Square Enix has released, like, Kingdom Hearts on the 3DS. But I can't help but think, like, Nintendo... Like, when I see Square Enix, all I think about is, like, Nintendo, why don't you make Super Mario RPG 2? Like, why don't you just make that? You know? You have Square Enix. They should make it. They want to make it. You want to make it. It sell a lot. Make it happen, you know? The Take-Two thing, though, I think is the sexiest to me. We saw NBA 2K, which is a huge franchise. Regardless of what you personally think about it, NBA 2K is a massively big franchise. I mean, you can see it on Twitch. It's one of the most watched games on Twitch. It pulls pretty good numbers. It sells very, very big across the consoles. It's a largely popular game. It's Madden but for basketball. If they're pulling in even just the sports games again, that is going to pull in an audience of people that they're like, I could play Madden on my Xbox One, or I can play Madden wherever the fuck I go on my NX. Like, that is a big deal. That is very, very, very huge. This one right here, that's mobile gaming. I think that's something else we should point out. Epic Games makes a lot of mobile games too. But that's something else we should point out is that there's no reason why you couldn't have your iPhone hit go on this console. And regardless, you may be like, well, I don't want more iPhone games on consoles. Like, a good game's a good game's a good game. I don't really have a problem. There are some good iPhone games that I think could, I wouldn't mind playing on my 3DS from time to time. Like, it's fine. That's fine by me. I don't have a problem with that. That's cool. You got From Software on there, Activision. I think Activision's the other one. Call of Duty. Will the new Call of Duties be on the new, the Nintendo consoles? Like, is the Nintendo NX going to hold next year's Call of Duty on it? That is something to be seen. If they can have a Call of Duty and a Red Dead, I mean, it would make people think, like, I can play Call of Duty still, I can play Red Dead, I can also play Zelda. I don't know what person who likes games wouldn't go with that. That would be a very, very easy sell to a lot of gamers. Yeah, I think it's I don't think that's what we've been speculating on. I haven't seen like an official specs list. Actually, and now totally let me know what you guys think about it. Totally let me know what you guys are thinking, what you think about the Switch, everything, all that jazzy shit, like pros, cons. I want to know. Assassin's Creed with Ubisoft. I mean, yeah, the Assassin's Creed came out on the Wii U now. Here's the thing, is that all this happened with the Wii U, and then a year later, it was all gone. So that could be a thing as well, that this is all just like, why not? Why not throw these people on there? But I can't help but think with seeing a Bethesda game and a Take-Two game in the trailer that they're pretty fucking committed. If Switch bombs, if the Switch bombs, Nintendo, who knows what happens to Nintendo then? Who knows? No Metroid? Why didn't they show a Metroid? I know, just show a fucking Metroid game. Nintendo vs. Capcom Squirtle Squad. That's the game, Nintendo vs. Capcom. Fighting game. And then you let all the Capcom guys go and smash too. Pfft. That's called synergy. Synergy. Nintendo Switch meant that Mario was going to become female. That'd be cool if you could pick a female Mario, or just have Princess and Mario gets captured. I would have no problem with that. Whatever. Let the young girls of today do well. Metroid's not dead. I bet they make a Metroid game. We did get Ryu and Smash. I don't know if the Switch is gonna. Define bomb. Like, what is a bad console at this point? Like, how many do they need to sell to be quote unquote successful in everybody's mind? I think it's only. How many do they need to sell to? I think it's successful if they still make a profit. As long as they're making a profit, it's going. That's going to be fine. Nintendo still has cash all over the place. They got cash upon cash upon cash, so they're still a long ways away from going bankrupt. And on top of that, if Nintendo sold just even individual assets, like, what do you think, like, the IP for Zelda might be worth, like, or the IP for their part of Pokemon Company, that might be worth billions on their own, The IP for Mario, I don't know. Not releasing a Zelda game is it's going to release a Zelda game. I think that's the other thing. It's going to release a Zelda game. The rumors I've heard is $299 for the console-only home version. So $299 for the non-portable version, and $299, but you don't get everything to take it with you, and $400 to take it with you. That's the rumor I've heard. Now that's just a rumor. That's the only rumor I've heard. If they dropped it down to like $250 or even 200, you lose your fucking mind. Like it's like you would easily buy one. That's not even a question. You're easily gonna buy one. That was on where was it? I had a link to it earlier, but I lost it because I'm the worst person ever. That is just a rumor. That's pretty spectacular. I kind of love that. That needs to be an emote. Not two consoles. It's just they're not going to give you all the things. Like I don't think you're going to get like the attachments with it to like I think like all the peripherals together is the $400 version and the $300 version. This is what I heard. And the $300 version is just stuff to play it on your TV. That is what I have heard. You know, you can't charge $400 at the flop of the Wii U. The Wii U flopped because of software. Okay, I think we need to get that. Like, I think we need to just like let that be known. Like all hardware flops because of the software attached to it. You can have or its marketing. The Wii U A, it had really bad marketing. It had a horrible name. And they only talked about the controller in the reveal trailer, so that was really bad. But B, it had a lack of software, of compelling software from the get-go. This is solving that problem right away by launching with a Zelda. So right away, you know you're going to have a good, solid game that a lot of us are attached to. Me, and I am a sucker and will buy it because of the Zelda. You know what I mean? Like the Wii U had a lot working against it, you know? $400 from the home version because of docking. You know what? You might be right, Poseidon. I think I probably do have it flip-flopped. So it might be $300 for the mobile only, and then $400 for the docking station. I think you're probably right, Poseidon. I think I have it flip-flop. Yeah, I think I totally have it flip-flop. You could, if you have a Wii U, you could have. I think the whole thing is who has a Wii U. I mean, I obviously Nintendo heads already have a Wii U, but we were gonna buy I'm sorry if you love Nintendo so much that you bought a Wii U. I'm willing to bet that you love Nintendo enough to buy the new console to play new Zelda. Like, right? Yeah, I think the marketing of it was very bad. The controllers have a name, the Joy-Con. Can we just make it an industry standard to call them Dick Sticks because it sounds better? The Joy-Con does not sound like as fun a name as Dick Sticks. I have a Wii U too, but why wouldn't you get it? We haven't seen any prices. We were speculating though. I mean, for me, I would pay $400 for all of that with the Pro Controller. The Switch has more partners than the Wii U has games. That's not inaccurate, really. I think the Wii U it launched. It was a very, very barren launch. You know, the Wii U, you can get away with a barren launch when you had a Nintendo 64 and you launched with Mario 64. You know, this incredibly deep, long-lasting game. You can't have a barren launch when you launch with New Super Mario Bros. Wii U, which was, for all intents and purposes, meh. You know, meh. Dick Sticks, Nintendo improved. Well, it does have Joy in it, though. The car stand is genius. I don't think you're going to get the car stand, dude. I'm pretty sure this car stand comes for, like, with stoners only. Like, I want to look at this car stand again, but I'm pretty sure that car stand is stoners only on that car stand. Yeah, like, look at that thing. Like, these, you know, Chris Stevens here is what I'm gonna call him. That's the guy who sells them the weed. Obviously, got another guy who he sells weed to make them this custom car stand. Like, cause I'm sorry, like I don't know, like if you've ever been in a fucking you know, a new any car made since 1996, like. I'm sorry, the headrest doesn't exactly look like this bolted in thing right here. That's a custom job, man. You're not getting that. I'm sorry. You just go ahead and kill those dreams, all right? Like just go ahead and kill those dreams. I want to talk about one of the rumor though is that the Dick Sticks are motion control. That's cool. You know, that's cool. Is that kid from Kid and Play? No, I think it might be his son though. Man, it does look a lot like it does look like it could be his son. Like, it does very much look like it could be Kid from Kid and Play's son. I would agree with that. Its internal GPU is the newest Tegra. It was also involved in NVIDIA was also involved in the actual hardware, engines, and peripherals of the Switch to ensure best capabilities. I've heard it's extremely easy to develop for. Pre-order the console and get a car stand. You got to pre-order this van too, though. You got to pre-order this van and also buy a pound of weed if you want the car stand. Like, all these things are necessary. Also, dude, these guys are like, it looks like they're sitting on fucking lawn chairs. Can we talk about this for a second? This is not safe. Like, they are not, no seatbelts. They are not strapped into anything. Like, they are sitting on lawn chairs in this obvious mystery wagon right there. Like, this is insane. You know? And why are you sitting so close to? Oh, I guess you have to because the screen is on the passenger side. You can tell this game's not going good for Kid over here, and Weed Dealer is definitely winning. You know how long it probably took him to pick out the right beanie to show this much of hair? I really hate everything about this particular guy. Like the guy, this guy. I really hate everything about him. Like, I just kind of want to like draw a wang on his face right now. There we go. That seems quite a bit better and more appropriate to what I don't like that guy. I don't know what it is. I get it. People don't like me because of my face, so I understand now, and I don't feel offended by it, you know? Every piece of the portables require 2A batteries. Ooh, I don't think so. I think it's definitely got to be that. Also, they announced their Just Dance series would come to the Switch. And the Silent Camper, 4 months here for the on-the-screen wangs. Shout out to Kid and Play. Shout out to Kid and Play right there. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really know if there's anything else to talk about. We could watch the Red Dead Redemption trailer, but it was 20 seconds, so I'm pretty sure everyone thought the same thing. Wow, that was a short trailer, and wow, that game looked really pretty. I don't know what else to say about it. Like, Red Dead Redemption looks sexy. So, yeah. I mean, that's pretty it. That's pretty much it. Welcome to my super professional stream, guys, where we draw dicks on people's faces. Shout out to Triax again for that raid. I really, really, really appreciate it. Tegra 2 can easily do 1080p 60 frames. From what I heard, it was 1080 60 and 960 on mobile. That is what the rumor is. Yeah, there's a Red Dead 2 trailer, and it was a teaser trailer of no others. Like, I've never seen more touch me in the morning and walk away trailer. Like, they showed literally nothing. But it might have been better than the 4-minute Zelda trailer that came out today, which just showed like leaves going, you know. For those who are tired of NX or want to continue talking about the NX, I don't know, go watch someone else. I am going to do some runs of a ROM hack called Super Dram World